Hello, Bible readers. It is Thursday, September 24th, and we're reading from Numbers 28 through 30 and Luke, the first parts of chapter 4. In this part of Numbers, we're getting into the calendar, what the priestly work is during the calendar, and what lay vows can look like, and what the quality of lay vows are. Especially for women, as women can make vows within the community. So a couple things when it comes to the calendar and what priests are to do at different points in the year for different ceremonies and festivals, we're reminded of what is the quality of time in the Hebrew Bible. And it reminds us of kind of going back to the creation story. You know, our current modern Western civilization understanding of time is that there isn't enough of it. It needs to be dominated. We need to squeeze the most productivity out of time as we possibly can. And that's just not how Scripture speaks of it. It's not humans versus time. It's how is time to be experienced? How is time to be a part of our lives instead of an enemy to our lives, as though we don't have enough of it. Sabbath, of course, is the original understanding that time is not about speed as much as it is about rhythm. Sabbath, creation, all the Old Testament understandings of time are measurements that honor time rather than beating it. And so it's a good question for Christians. What does sacred time mean to us? How is time a companion and a friend instead of an enemy? Apparently from the Hebrew Bible, it's meant to be a way for us to measure life in faithful and fruitful ways, not just something that's always, a pall over our lives as though we don't have enough of it. The vows piece, vows are legally binding, and they're a big deal in the Old Testament. And so God and we have legal type obligations to each other. And so when God makes promises, when humans make vows to God, those are taken very seriously, as we see throughout the Old Testament. In the Gospel of Luke, we see Jesus tested, and he's tested to reveal what kind of son is he? These are the questions that Luke, I talked about this before, Luke is trying to address the question of what kind of son is Jesus? Well, this story shows simple obedience. Obedience is big in the Gospel of Luke. Mary shows what obedience looks like as opposed to Zechariah, who shows what, I don't know about disobedience, but at least mistrust for what the angel brings to him. So what kind of son? Jesus being tested shows simple obedience. In the second story for today, the question that's being addressed is, what kind of Messiah is Jesus? It's a story that Matthew and Mark include in their Gospels, but they include it more like midway through their Gospel. It's nowhere near the beginning of Jesus's ministry, like Luke places it here. And so Luke, by pulling it forward in his narrative, is showing how important this question is to him. What kind of Messiah is Jesus? Prophetic. And what we mean by prophet Messiah isn't, I can tell the future, but instead a prophet, of course, as we're learning in the Old Testament, we'll see this more and more as we read more into the Old Testament. A prophet means, being a prophetic Messiah means I bring good news to the marginalized. I tell everybody who's on the edges that this world will get turned upside down. God sees you. God knows you. There's good news for you. It also means the other job of a prophet isn't just to proclaim comfort to the afflicted, but to afflict the comfortable. And so a prophet's job is also to warn the powerful, which of course we've seen Jesus do in the other Gospels as well. But Luke elevates that status of Jesus as prophet. So there it is. Enjoy your readings today. I am one with my God. My God is with us, all of us, at all times and in all places.